I had no idea where this topic was going to take me. Wasn't it the 1963-64 animated cartoon, The Jetsons, that promised a single pill would meet all our nutritional needs? Along with Rosie the Robot Maid, that vision of the future never materialized. Eating nutritional foods is still a requirement for good health. I'm glad I dug in and went looking. I really didn't expect that I could change my eating habits so quickly and frankly so easily. So let's get started. I am so much more comfortable talking about exercise. I like exercise. I don't like healthy eating. I hate it. I often tell people I have the palate of a 12-year-old. When the server asks me, "And what would you like for your side, fries or a salad?" my brain lights up like a Christmas tree. A voice inside my head is screaming, the fries, and extra salt. If there's any gravy, throw that on too. Most of the time, I reply a polite, the salad, please. I'd rather eat the tablecloth. If I ever have the opportunity to request my last meal, it would be a Big Mac, and not just the delicious 2-all beef patties, pickle special sauce on a sesame seed bun burger. I want the meal. I'd say supersize me, but I am an adult of quite a few years, so I drive on by those golden arches. I did say this was a journey. Well, healthy eating is my Mont Ventoux, my Iditarod, my round-the-world ocean race rolled into one. I have to do battle every day with my love of junk food. I have to actively resist running to the back of the grocery store, following the heavenly aroma of cinnamon buns wafting from the bakery. Thank goodness I have to pass through the produce department, gently reminding me of what is good for me and what is not. I'm in deep trouble if they ever realize their mistake and move the bakery to the front of the store. So where is a junk food reprobate for me to go, for advice on healthy eating? It was pretty clear. If I was going to change my eating habits, I needed a dietary pattern. I wasn't going to be able to navigate the dizzying world of food and nutrition on my own. Thank goodness the Mediterranean diet rose out of the mist as the gold standard for nutritious eating. But wait, let's take a step back. I don't know about you, but I'm terrified of cognitive decline and Alzheimer's disease. My mother had simply drifted away, slipping further and further from us as time passed. In her last year, she hadn't spoken a word. My father had raged against the dying of the light. He hadn't recognized me for many years prior to his death. He had a severe head injury, one of the risk factors for Alzheimer's disease. So as an older adult, a diet based on the Mediterranean diet and the DASH diet, a diet designed for high blood pressure, a known risk factor for Alzheimer's, immediately caught my eye. The MIND diet is aptly named MIND, is an acronym standing for a mouthful of words. Are you ready for this? Mediterranean, DASH, intervention for neurodegenerative delay diet. Not so catchy. In simplest terms, the MIND diet lays out the foods that have shown to have the greatest impact on our general health using the Mediterranean guidelines, and adds in the foods that are proven scientifically to be good for the brain. Providing advice on reducing high blood pressure through the DASH diet is the final component. MIND is more than a list of foods. It recommends the number of servings we should eat in a week to get the health benefits. Okay, I'm listening. It goes further by providing a questionnaire, assigning points to how well you adhere to the advice. For example, if you eat green leafy vegetables in 1-cup servings 7 times a week, you can give yourself a score of 1. Fewer servings are assigned a point value of 0.5, and fewer still 0. Other categories include berries, nuts and seeds, extra virgin olive oil, and so on. The more servings you have per week of these foods, the better your score. But there are other foods that have a negative impact on your brain health and thus your score. If you eat full-fat cheese 7 times a week, you assign yourself a 0, and fewer serving increases your score to 1. So now you have completed the questionnaire. You have a score between 1 and 15. The lowest range of scores would be between 0 and 6.5. Mid-range scores are between 7 and 8, and high-range scores are between 8.5 and 12.5. I guess a score between 13 and 15 is extra high. My initial score came in at 6.5, but with a little creative accounting, I squeaked into the mid-range. This was my kind of diet. It twigged into my competitive nature. I could now change my habits to include more of the good stuff and less of the bad. Redo the questionnaire, increase my score without being mildly dishonest. So what can I expect from this diet according to the extensive research on its effects on the risk of cognitive decline and Alzheimer's? If I backslide into the basement again, I can expect no protection. But even if I can stay in the mid-range of 7 to 8, I can expect a 35% risk reduction. Or better yet, if I manage to eat my way to a score between 8.5 and 12.5, I can lower my risk for cognitive decline and Alzheimer's by 53%. I'll take those odds any day. Now this I can get on board with. I am so down with easy to follow, easy to track, and easy to improve. The research for this video comes from a book entitled The Official Mind Diet, written by Dr. Martha Claire Morris, Laura Morris, and Jennifer Von Trail. I would recommend it to anyone interested in improving their diet. It's the horse's mouth, written by the people who designed the diet and researched its impacts extensively. Although I found it online, I listened to it as an audiobook. The book chronicles the development of the diet, piggybacking on both the Mediterranean and DASH diets, and the extensive research it has undergone. The book provides the questionnaire I mentioned and information on how to interpret it. It also includes tools to help you plan your week to ensure you get those nutrients into your diet, and even has recipes to help you incorporate the nutritional advice offered in the book. So where do I go from here? I think fun. That's right, F-U-N. So until next time, fair winds, my friends.